going on, Jerome's? Beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, 6 DS until the 2025 NFL Draft. Vikings only one player selected number 6 overall. 1964. Pretty damn good one. Defensive end Carl Eller from the University of Minnesota Golden Gopher. 8-1, getting it done. And he was really damn good, man. 6-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first-team All-Pro, 15 years with the Vikings. Also one of Seattle. You forget, Carl Eller was the OG of Vikings West heading out to Seattle. And then it was John Randall. Then it was Kevin Williams, Sidney Rice, Percy Harvin, Heath Farwell. Man. T-Jack, rest in power. 130 and a half sacks and Hall of Famer. All that stuff. Still lives here in the great state of Minnesota. A big-time pillar of the community. Love us some Carl Eller. It's just fantastic, man. We need to get back to just having the Fearsome Foursome. The Purple People Eaters. No, Fearsome Foursome was a different team's nickname, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. Something that does matter is the April Draft Month fundraiser. Jerome's humbling, been crushing it. Currently at about $16,500 of our $2,500 goal. All Venmos, Cash App, Super Chats donated this month will go towards Twin Cities and Seoul, South Korea adoption charities and organizations. Obviously, this is me, adopted. Something that's very near and dear to my heart. The process needs to get smoothed out. There's lots of families that want to grow. There's lots of kids that deserve loving homes, and yeah, it's like sometimes I wonder, it's like, what would I do in South Korea? You know, well, I know Korean, I'd like rice, but that's a given, and kimchi. But I don't know, just lucky to be here. Lucky to be. What would I talk about? Like K-pop for the win. Nah, I don't know. But thank you, Jerome's, who've already contributed. It's Payday Friday, and just paying it forward, and you guys are the absolute best. Also, mugs for sale last day. The purpleftw.net. Check out the mugs. We used to start the show with a simultaneous sip. It was good. 15% off the mugs using promo code DRINKUP. Also, Kwesi adofo-mensah at the press conference. Feeding the Media Jackals on Thursday. Now, not a lot of groundbreaking stuff. Pretty much everything that you expected. No talk about Aaron Rodgers, which is kind of good. Vikes fan page, good summary here. Adofo-mensah press conference highlights on the quarterback position. It hasn't only been about the comp pick situation, and that's something that does make sense, right? Because the Vikings could have signed a legitimate backup early on in free agency, but they would have canceled out one of the Vikings' potential comp picks in 2026. We are on the look for that. Quarterback-wise, we're going to focus on the best opportunities there. We're not going to rush it, but always mindful of it. So I think the Vikings, I think we're laying the groundwork for the Vikings to draft a quarterback. And if the right one isn't there, I think that they trade for Aiden O'Connell day 3 of the draft. I think that's what's going down. On the tight end position, from a numbers standpoint, that is the position we will address. Obviously the Vikings only have 2 tight ends on the rooster right now, Hawkinson and Josh Oliver. I think tight end is a position they could go with in the draft. On drafting for need versus best available, you have to earn the right to be the team to draft for impact, not need. There's always going to be a need and want for good players. Yeah, but he's absolutely correct. It is a privilege and something you have to earn and work at to be in a spot where you can go BPA, best player available. Because otherwise, I mean, sometimes you just have too glaring of needs because you're a bad roster. That's what happens. On the 2 trades in the first round that were made in last year's draft, quote, I know exactly why we did those things at the time. Looking back at it, we feel good about that approach and thought process. Absolutely. Like, remember the viral clip of Kevin O'Connell finding Kwesi's like, oh, we got Turner. And Kevin O'Connell's like, really? I think that'll pan out. Don't hold his rookie season against him. Although he did have 3 sacks and an interception, by the way. Rocked a wicked stash in preparation for draft week, which is good. Maybe we should all just grow mustaches for draft month. I would need a full month, maybe a year. Yeah. Also, day 2 draft pick announcers have been announced. So a lot of teams bringing back some all-time great players, some current players mixed in there as well. A couple Hall of Famers, Jumpin' Joe Thomas, Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer's still around. Dave Robinson, as well as Lynn Swann for the Steelers. That's good. For the Vikings, it's going to be Stu Voigt. So he was a 10th round pick in 1970 out of Wisconsin. Played tight end for the Vikings for a long time. After the game, did some thing. But yeah, Stu Voigt announcing Andrew Makuba, safety, Texas. I'm calling it right now. Also, so we talked about this yesterday, but yeah, Rodgers on the McAfee show, and this was Geraldo's vault. It just like built up and just like nada. Well, I guess it was Capone's vault on the Geraldo show. It wasn't Geraldo's vault. But with Rodgers, basically he said a lot of nothing. Right? But a couple things stand out. Rap sheet. Rodgers on the McAfee show, quote, I told every single one of the teams it ain't about the money. I said I'll play for $10 million, whatever. I'm open to anything attached, nothing. Retirement could still be a possibility. Focus on personal life. 100% what he wants is to be a free agent. And every single time a quarterback struggles, whether it's the Vikings, whether it's someone else, he'll be like, oh, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's Rodgers time. Or God forbid, knock on all the wood, there's an injury around the league. And then guess what? He'll be in there. Because if he does that, he'll still be the talk of sports media every single day during the summer and into training camp and into the football season. If he signs with the Steelers, they'll just be like, I signed with the Steelers. That's it. That's really about it. Right. Also, $10 million, baloney. If I'm the Steelers and if I actually still want Rodgers, call his bluff. Publicly put out there you have a 1-year, $10 million contract ready to go. Call it. Call his bluff. He's full of it. Yeah. Also, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Grossman, Aaron Rodgers said it is not accurate that he is waiting to see if the Vikings want to sign him later this offseason. Says he has known Kevin O'Connell since he worked out in San Diego 17, 18 years ago. Says he's focused on issues of personal life right now. Baloney. He's not waiting to see if the Vikings sign him this offseason. He's going to be watching like a hawk, just like J.J. McCarthy, OTAs. Oh, a little incompletion there, me lad. I don't know why he's an Irish leprechaun, but they'd be like, "Oh, it's time for Aaron Rodgers and Misha Lely," or something like that. Yeah. More pressing stuff. I actually think that Rodgers is going to announce his retirement on draft night, just to steal the thunder from all the rookies. Could easily see that. Purple Persuasion. Darren Doogie Wolfson talking on Score North. I firmly believe there are Malachi Starks fans over at TCO. So, I would hope that there are fans of a top 10 prospect in the building at a position of need. Starks is a stud, man. Right? And I know, blah, 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 Lewisine. He's a completely different safety than from Lewisine, both stylistically as well as prospect-wise. And I know combine-wise, I mean, there were some eyebrows raised about his agility, but watch the film, watch the tape. I mean, he's really damn good. His LancerLineNFL.com scouting report: 3-year starter with reams of high leverage games on his resume. Starks is a versatile safety with his size and athleticism to eliminate contested catches and the speed and ball skills to shine when the action travels deep. Connection to the route is inconsistent in man, but he's baited opposition. He's baited opposition by misdirection, but better discipline and anticipation should clean that up. He's not a true force player near the line, and his pursuit angles can be raggedy, but he gets guys down when he's in position. Starks has feast or famine moments on tape and disappointed by his short area testing at the NFL Scouting Combine. He ran well in Indianapolis, though, and was impressive in interviews with teams. He is a future starter as a movable back-end piece whose consistencies will determine his floor and ceiling. And for Brian Flores, like, versatility on the back end is key. So with Harrison Smith, probably his last season. I guess never say never. I mean, Edmund Warrior would be great. Starks would be phenomenal as well. I would include Makuba in there. Day 3, Billy Bowman. Day 2, Billy Bowman also in there too. I would say Jahdae Barron too, as in terms of a flexible defensive back piece, even though he's listed as a corner. So the Vikings, no shortage of players that the Vikings should and could be interested in there at 24. Also, so Asante Samuel Jr. Speaking of secondary pieces, so he's been the talk of the offseason. It was like, how come he hasn't signed? And yeah, he did have that pretty severe shoulder injury in 2024. Is that what's keeping him from being signed? But Samuel Jr. had himself a nice little rookie career, rookie contract run with the Chargers. But he hangs out there, and of course, the comp pick window. Are the Vikings waiting to sign Asante Samuel Jr. after the comp pick window ends so they can get him paid and it won't count against their comp picks? Right now they're slated for a third or a fourth or third and a fifth per over the cap. So I think that it's possible. And of course, We have to go down this rabbit hole. So Vikes fan page on Instagram put out a post. Someone changed Asante Samuel Jr.'s Wikipedia page to list him as a Minnesota Vikings player, and of course liked by J.J. McCarthy. So maybe he knows that the Vikings got something cooking. Now, would Kwesi share that with the presumed quarterback one? Well, he isn't even named quarterback one. So I don't know. I think with Samuel, I think he's talented. I think that he would do fine in the Vikings scheme. Even though, frankly, I feel like the Vikings quarterback room is pretty damn solid, but you can never have enough good corners, as Flores always says. I believe it was Burt Breer who brought up the thing with the shoulder. Hopefully that gets checked out, and hopefully he's going to be good to go. Lastly, Saints right tackle Ryan Ramczyk is retiring from the NFL. The pride of Winona State, the Harvard of the Midwest. Look it up. He initially was going to attend Winona State, play for Tom Sawyer. But then he's like, I can't hack it. I cannot hack it in the NSIC, which is basically the SEC of lower level college football divisions, conferences. And then he's like, I'm just going to go to the Badgers. That's exactly what happened. Look it up. Read a book. That's all. Anyways, have a beautiful Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Vikings news dump for this wonderful Friday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.